What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good day. As always, my name is Michael and thanks for joining me. So today on Friday's Q&A session, we got 6 questions from viewers and subscribers that we want to answer. But before I go ahead and get started with that, I do want to give a special shout out to Brandon, who has become my most recent Patreon supporter. Brandon, thank you so very much for your support. It really does mean a lot to me. Guys, if you're all interested in becoming a Patreon supporter, please feel free to check out the information in the description section. Also, guys, if you're looking for ways to support the channel, but you don't necessarily want to become a Patreon supporter, I've also got a new way of supporting the channel through Amazon anytime you purchase something that you happen to be buying, right? It gives the channel commission without charging you anything extra. That information is also down there below. Now, let's go ahead and get started with Friday's Q&A session. And question number 1 comes from Brandon, who wants to know how taxes on Wealthfront works. Specifically wants to know, like, are you taxed when you retire? Are you taxed when you take your money out? Do you have to pay taxes on your gains every single year? And so that's what I want to address right now. First off, Brandon, I do want to say thank you for your question. Please understand with this information, I'm not a tax advisor, so understand that I'm giving you this based off my understanding and my experience with Wealthfront. And if you've got any specific tax questions, please consult a CPA. But the way it works out is you are taxed on capital gains. Yes, that is true. However, just because your portfolio goes up doesn't necessarily mean that you've realized a gain. So let's say that you have like a couple of investments, and let's say it went from $100 to $200 in the course of a year, right? And you sold and you made money. Well, yes, that is a realized gain. You realize those gains because you sold at $200 and you made $100. So yes, you have to pay capital gains on that $100 that you made. However, let's say, you bought something and the total value was $100, and at the end of the year it went up to $400, but you're like, look, it's going up, it's performing well, I'm not selling, I'm not ready to do that. Even though its value has gone up $300, you don't have to pay capital gains on that or really any taxes on that because you have not realized anything. You did not sell it. You have not made a profit. Even though it's gone up in value, you really haven't made anything because you haven't sold it. Right now, it's all just technical gains. So that's how it works as far as capital gains tax. Also look into short-term versus long-term. You pay a higher tax rate on short-term gains, which is any stocks held for a year or less, and long-term gains you actually pay less taxes for anything that you've owned for longer than a year. Okay, also addressing like taxes as far as retirement goes, I personally just have a personal account. I don't have a retirement account through Wealthfront. So for me, if I want to withdraw anything, the only thing I would ever be paying would be capital gains tax when I actually do my taxes. There's not some extra additional fee. So I hope that helps out. Thank you for your question, Brandon. Let's go ahead and move on to question number 2. Zolfia has asked me, how does this work when you add funds to your car loan to pay off other debt? How does it actually pay the other loan off? I don't want to drag this out because I've got multiple videos on this, but pretty much the way it works is if you've got a vehicle that either you own free and clear or you have equity in it, which means that it's worth more than what you owe on the loan, well, a lot of times you can add money to your existing car loan. The bank gives you the exact same dollar amount that you added onto the loan in cash, and you use that cash to pay off whatever you want. More than likely a personal loan, a credit card, anything that's high interest rates compared to the car loan. I hope that makes sense, and if you've got any more questions about it, feel free to watch some of the other videos that I have discussing that tactic. Next, Roberto Desaro has asked, when you refinance a car, do you have to pay registration fees? And whenever you're trying to refinance, does it harm your credit to apply at multiple banks? And so, 2-part question. First part, do you have to pay registration fees all over when you refinance? No, you do not have to pay registration fees. However, you may have to pay a title transfer fee. And this is done whenever you refinance because now the title has a new lender's name on it. A lot of times certain credit unions will pay that fee for you, so it's not guaranteed that you have to pay for it, but long story short, no registration fee. However, you may pay a title fee. It's not very much. In the state of Texas, I think it's like 30 bucks. As to your second part, does it harm your credit to apply at multiple banks when you refinance? Yes and no. Really, it depends on the time frame that you do it in. So if you apply like at 5 different places, but you do all of it within like the same day or two, no, it's not really going to harm your credit because the credit bureaus look at that as you shopping around for the best interest rate. Really, it only counts as one credit pull. Now, on the other hand, let's say you apply at one bank and you're denied, and you think, okay, I'll try again next month. So you apply next month, and you get denied, right? And then the next month you try again, right? If you've only done it 3 times, but they're spread across 3 months, yes, that is not good for your credit. Those count as 3 separate credit pulls. Do not do that. So good news is that it doesn't hurt you when you're doing it in a short period. So if you're trying to get something done and you are interested in applying it multiple places to find out who gives you the best terms, do it within a short time period. Next, John Cross has asked, what are my thoughts when it comes to investing when the market is already extremely high, which it is right now, new records. I kind of feel the same way I feel about Bitcoin. I'm not looking to sink in insane levels of money in the stock market as of right now. And I say that I'm not looking to sink money, and I'm just saying I don't want to add a large amount of new funds at this moment. I'm still going to continue pretty much what I've always done, is just contribute my $100 a month towards Wealthfront. That's probably never going to change. And at the same time, if I had an employer 401k program or something like that, I would actually focus on that stuff as well, especially if you have a matching program. Those 2 things are pretty stable. I wouldn't worry too much about stopping investing right now. However, with the market being as high as it is, and pretty much anything could happen at any point, and yes, maybe we are due for a correction in the market here soon, I would hesitate to sink in large levels of funds. However, it's not going to deter me from just doing my normal consistent monthly contributions. So I hope that makes sense. Next, we've got a question from Dennis from True Financials, who has asked, when did I first know that I had an interest in finance? And I think this is a pretty cool question. And I'm going to give you a 3-part answer because I think there's 3 stories to share with you guys. Number 1, I knew I had an interest in money from a young age when me and my younger brother, like in elementary school, gambled with Mario Party. Yes, that is a true story. We gambled on Mario Party. If any of you guys have played, you know that you get stars and you get coins, and the person that wins is the person with the most stars, right? So what we would do in our elementary school years is we would gamble to where stars were worth $1 and coins were worth pennies. So if I won, and guys, I pretty much always won, if I won with 5 stars and 60 coins, and I won $5.60 from my little brother. So hey, it was easy money back then. Don't hate on me, guys. But anyways, from that moment, I was like, hey, I like having money. That's my first relationship with money. And funny story. The next story involves me getting my first job in high school as a pizza driver. I worked for like $6 an hour at that point in time, and I made whatever tips that I made through delivery. So I pretty much always had small paychecks, but I got to take home all the tips that I made in cash. And those cash tips a lot of times were in small bills, like 1s and 5s, obviously. So I would just throw all of my cash in this like box, and I would just have like a stack of money this thick. It wasn't a lot of money because, like I said, they're mostly singles and 5s. However, I just liked the idea knowing that it was there. It was just that tangible feeling of a fat stack of cash. And I was like, look, I would much rather hold this money and have it than spend it on something else. So that was kind of like my second way of developing an appreciation for finance and having money and using it responsibly. It was literally just looking at that pile and seeing it grow taller. Now the last story involves me getting my first real job at a credit union, and that's where I learned a lot of the personal finance skills that I know today. You learn really, really quickly, guys, when you work at a financial institution, how much people do not understand and get screwed over by banks, by dealerships, by investment companies, by so many people, right? They don't know everything that they really do need to know, even just the basics and the fundamentals, right? And so I really got passionate about helping people, helping them learn, helping them refinance, doing everything I can to at least put themselves in a better position, or at least giving them the information to do that themselves. So those are kind of my 3 stories of how I got into personal finance. If anyone is at all interested in learning about what it's like to work at a financial institution, please feel free to ask any question you want. Now, as for the last question, we've got Ruthless Bone, who wants to know, am I investing in any individual stocks? Again, this is sort of a yes and no. Technically, yes, I do have a few investments for individual stocks from an old Scott trade account that I've had, probably like 6 years. But it's not anything I actively do anymore. I still have some positions there, and I actually may let those go because I'm going to be doing a new video here in the beginning of the year where I do something brand new, and I'm excited to share that with you guys. But yes, I have them. No, I don't actively look at individual stocks to purchase anymore. I'm totally fine with my passive form of investing. It may not be nearly as glamorous or as exciting or as fun, but you know what? I really appreciate the simplicity and the returns it's given me so far. So those are my questions for today. I really do appreciate every single question you guys submit to the Friday Q&A session. If you have any question at all for next week, feel free to put it in the comment section below. Likewise, do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. We are doing that December giveaway. As of right now, we have not hit anything over 500 subscribers. So if we want to give away $60, please make sure to share that video so we gain more subscribers. Tell your friends, tell your family. If you think this channel is going to help someone out, please share it with them. But thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, I know I just said this stuff, but let me say it again. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate all the support that you guys give me. And to support you, here's 2 more videos that I've made in the past in case you haven't seen them. Don't forget to share these with your friends and family so we can help all the people achieve their financial goals. Likewise, if there's anything that you would want to see made that you haven't seen thus far, definitely don't hesitate to let me know. But thanks again, take care, and have a good day.